crawl out from under your bridges because it's time for Trollin' the Mitten. Your favorite local comedy podcast where we bring you the best and brightest from the Great Lakes State. I'm your host, Aral Gribble, a Michigan Reconnect student here at Lansing Community College in the Digital Media, Audio, and Cinema program, where, just like in nature, stars are forged through exposure to pressure and a lot of hot air. Welcome to the show, Lance-tronauts, Detroiters, and all you other zany Michiganians. Today's episode hits a bit different for me today. Most of the time, our interviews are completely improvised, but every once in a while, especially if you're a new show with almost zero resources, we have to record sans guest, in which case I usually hastily write a mostly scripted interview with myself. And this is one of those episodes, the first one, hopefully one of the last ones. It's just me, one editing booth, and a microphone. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you listen? Oh, which reminds me, if any listeners out there love improv and performing and you want to join in on the fun, just reach out to LCC Connect. If you know me, reach out to me. We would love to have you on the show. Until then, grab your pasties, fill up your Fago, and enjoy my interview with Michigan Ice Fisher person Chumley. Welcome back to Trollin' the Mitten, everybody's favorite Michigan-themed podcast. I'm your host, Aral Gribble, and today I am out here sitting in what would normally be a bit of a frozen tundra, but is in fact the fully thawed surface of Houghton Lake here in Houghton, Michigan, during what folks were hoping would be the 2024 Tip-Up Town USA Fishing Contest. However, due to, quote, inconsistency of ice, the contest has been put on hold indefinitely. But while the contest isn't here, I am honored to still be joined by last year's champion ice angler, Chunk Chumley. Chunk, is that right?
Oh, yeah. There's a family name.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, and I didn't win the championship last year. I won oldest on the ice.
Which I'm assuming is for...
being the oldest guy on the ice.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They got lots of contests going on around here. Biggest fish, you got the fanciest shanty, most hungover. Oh, yeah, I won that 2 times in a row.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought the ice fishing contest was canceled, but this place is still hopping. I mean, there's rides, games, face painting. Are those men dressed like Star Trek characters?
Oh, yeah. There's the 2024 Mayor and Marshal of the Ice Trek Party. Mayor Ken Captain Picard and Marshal Chris Security Officer Sura. Right here from Houghton Lake.
Incredible. Wow. Boldly going where no ice fisher has gone before. This place is fantastic. Wait, what are those extra badges they're wearing? You know, the ones with the cartoon fish?
Oh, yeah. There's the official badge of Tip-Up Town 24, designed by a young Brian Smyatax from down there in Troy. But there's a bit of a scandal around it, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows his dad helped him make it. But the festival's trying to pass it off like it's more special because his dad helped or whatever. I don't know. That really shook up a lot of shanties, though, I'll tell you that. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Of course. I don't suspect there's a lot of shanties up this year with the distinct lack of ice. What a bummer, man. I was hoping you'd be able to get us out on the ice, show us some pointers, teach us how to successfully use a tip-up to ice fish, a beloved pastime for many a Michiganian.
Michiganian? What, you a communist?
Sorry. Michigander. My apologies. And sorry about the contest, too. That sucks. But thanks for still meeting up with me. I don't know what you want to do. I guess you could show me around the festival. We could check out the Tip-Up Town dog show, or there's a pie eating contest.
No, that's okay. I am fully prepared to demonstrate my ice fishing prowess for your listeners today.
Really? How did you want to go about... do you want to demonstrate here on the shore, or...?
No, listen. I'm not letting no global warming slow me down, and I ain't never liked doing no regular fishing, so I have learned to adapt. Here, follow me.
For our listeners, Chuck is leading us down the shore to what looks like it might be a small, poorly made bounce house made out of wood.
And this here's Chumley's patented Iceless Shanty, copyright 2024.
copyrighted and patented?
Yeah, you see, I just took my best shanty, I hooked up a bunch of inner tubes to the bottom, added a little more fluorine, and she floats right at the top of the water.
Well, there's some Midwest ingenuity right there. That is astounding, Mr. Chumley.
Oh, call me Chunk, please. Okie dokie, you ready to go?
Wait. We're not getting into this thing.
Oh, yeah, she's solid as a rock.
Rock on water, that's what I'm afraid of.
Here, let me just pump it up a little bit before we push off. There we go. Okay, now grab that long branch, will you?
You mean the one still attached to the tree?
Oh, quit your crying. Just put your back into it.
No!
Oh, go on, get off your dead butt. Hop on the porch so we could shove off.
Folks, this is a bit more than I bargained for. But this podcast is committed to getting the story.
Okay, now climb on in here with me. Yeah, watch your step, and here we go. Have a seat.
I gotta ask, Chunk, have you tested this thing for multiple occupants?
Oh, yeah, you're fine. I had my cousin Smitty down from Escanaba last week, fishing in this thing for hours together. And he's eating pasties bigger than you. You're fine. Just pop a squat.
We're sitting here. Okay. Escanaba, huh? I thought that accent sounded familiar. You're a Youper.
Oh, heck no. Soon as I turned 18, I moved down south here toward civilization. Get away from all those crazies up there. Bunch of goats. I just never been able to shake the dialect.
Sure, that makes sense. So, Chunk, I've done a little ice fishing when I was a kid, but for the listeners at home, talk to us a little bit about the festival's namesake. What is a tip-up?
Well, that there's what we ice fishermen call our fishing pole. Look here. Here we go. This is my lucky tip-up.
Ooh, it must be. I'm definitely getting a strong dead fish smell coming from that thing.
Oh, yeah. That beauty's put plenty of fish on the ice for me.
So it looks like we got a couple of sticks of wood nailed in an X formation, right? We got the spools attached below. And then, folks, there's the red flag, right? It tips up when the line starts to go out.
Yeah, that's right. And then you just reach over, yank on the line, and you set the hook. And if you're lucky, you're in for the fight of your life.
Couple things, Chunk. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the whole point of tip-ups was to be able to fish wide areas at once with multiple holes, you know? You could see the flag from a distance, so you know you got a bite. But, you know, we're in a shanty. We really only have enough space for like 3 or 4 holes tops.
Yeah, well, Duke's Liquor over there usually got a special on Natty Light. And after a morning of throwing some of them bad boys back, I need that big red flag popping up in my face to shake loose the sleepies, if you know what I mean.
Unfortunately, I think I do. But, okay, so that explains that. But also, while your design is brilliant, I can't imagine a tip-up is too effective here in your patented iceless shanty. I mean, tip-ups work when they're still, right? I mean, we've been drifting all over the lake since we set off.
That has been challenging. In fact, I had my old pal Nudsy in here the other day, and he just went ahead and put a spinner on the line.
Okay, well, this is trolling the mittens, so that fits, but that's not exactly ice fishing, Chunk.
Well, yeah, you just got to drop the anchors on either side of the shanty, and that should steady us out a bit. Go on there.
The anchor on the... Oh, there we go. I see it. Coffee cans filled with cement. The classic Midwest anchor.
Okay, now, you want to drop down your line with the weight tied to it, to get an idea of the depth. Hi, that was picking up. It's tough to get an accurate read with all this drifting about.
You don't say.
Okay, there you go. And now you put your bobber, right there, the bobber to mark the length, and of course, you put the bait. Now, the go-to is the minnow, but I always bring my secret weapon.
Wow. Listen up, folks. Secret inside scoop on fish bait. Exclusively on Trollin the Mitten. Go for it. What's your... what in God's name is that smell?
Oh, that there's some leftover shrimps from last month's fish fry over at the Houghton Hagen's Elks Lodge, number 1982.
Oh, that smells rotten.
The fish love that smell. You know what that smells like to me?
Gary, Indiana? Easy target.
Success. This year's debated choice for Captain Floppy, a 50-foot muskellunge that's been swimming in these waters for generations. Let me drop this down, you'll see. The fish will swarm from all over the lake.
Just put the top back on those things, please.
And now we just crack open a brewski. Sit back and enjoy the day.
Ow!
Fish on!
Your flag just smacked me in the face.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Never sit directly across from my tip-up.
Good to know.
Oh, yeah, she's on there. I think she might be a big one. Oh, she's running for it.
Listeners, I have to admit, this is exciting. You see, a tip-up doesn't have a traditional reel, so Chunk is hanging onto bare line with his bare hands trying to wrestle in this mighty beast.
Oh, she's slipping. Ooh, I think I got Captain Floppy on the hook. This is a big one.
Chunk, I think your fish is dragging the shanty around the lake.
Oh, yeah, that there's the cap. You're mine, Floppy. Come on, baby.
Your hands are starting to bleed. Put some gloves on at least.
You're not getting away from me, fella.
Chunk, we're starting to tip over. Chunk!
I got her.
Seriously, this thing is coming apart.
Come here, you slippery behemoth.
Oh my God, Chunk, we're heading straight for the polar bear dippers. You gotta cut the line.
I think she's starting to get tired.
Cut the line, Chunk, we're all gonna drown.
No beast has ever bested Chumley.
Cut the line. Fine, I'll do it.
No, what'd you do? I almost had her.
Yeah, but at what cost? Chunk, that was a nightmare. I appreciate your inventiveness, but at this point, man, why not just use a boat?
'Cause I ain't no quitter, like you. I love ice fishing, all right? I always have. And I ain't about to give it up just 'cause some big oil execs want to ruin the environment. I love winter, especially here in Michigan. There's ice fishing, there's snowmobiling, and there's lots of other winter sports that I love doing, more than anything in the world.
It's true. Winter sport tourism is a big business in Michigan, and global warming could have a huge impact on them.
Yeah, not if I have anything to say about it. It's not just the shanty. I got lots of other climate change conversions. You want? I could take you up to Sheboygan and show you my patented and copyrighted downhill roller skis.
Maybe next time. For now, we're about all out of time. I'm going to go dry off, try to get this rotting flesh smell off me. Chuck Chumley, thank you again for being on the show and for this eventful afternoon.
Oh, yeah, no, there's my pleasure.
I'm glad somebody enjoyed it. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Thanks, Chuck, for being on the show. I'm Aral Gribble, and this has been Trollin' the Mitten. We'll be right back. If you don't like the weather, wait a few minutes. A sentiment shared by citizens from Stockholm to Seattle. But nobody really embodies the chaos of climate like the Great Lakes State. Here in Michigan, we can experience all 4 seasons in just 4 short hours. We're just as likely to carry a spare pair of shorts along with those snow tires in our trunks. We can shovel a path for the dog in the morning, hose off their muddy fur in the afternoon, and slip on their frozen poop at night. We've got weather so bipolar that our meteorologists double as therapists. We experience drops in temperature dramatic enough to send the most stalwart winter sportsmen directly under their covers with a case of seasonal affective disorder that lasts the next 3 months. So the next time you plan to go outside, dress in layers, don the sunscreen, and embrace the chaos. In true Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.blorg. That's all for today, Youper Scoopers. Remember, you can listen to this and every one of our episodes on lcconnect.org, plus all your major streaming platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you had as much fun as we did. And until next time, if you seek a pleasant peninsula, look about you.